They told us the book of Exodus was about the Israelites escaping Egypt, but they lied. It was always about you, your body, your mind, your soul. And Egypt symbolizes your lower nature, which is fear, ego, addiction, and illusion. Pharaoh was the ego itself, proud, stubborn, and refusing to let go, which Moses is your inner divine spark, your higher self that begins to awaken. Moses was raised by Pharaoh, just like your soul is raised inside the ecosystem. And Moses stammered or was a stammerer because truth always stumbles at first in a world full of lies. He ran into the wilderness, which means your own inner silence. That's where he saw the burning bush, which means the awakening of consciousness, where the voice of the divine presence first speaks from within. The staff turning into a serpent is the awakening of the Kundalini energy, the divine force that sleeps at the base of your spine. Represented by a coiled serpent, when it rises, it activates your spine, which is the ladder to the higher consciousness. And the plague wasn't a physical disaster, it was a spiritual disruption, the breakdown of false beliefs and attachments. So Pharaoh hardening his heart is like your ego refusing to surrender, which the Red Sea is the barrier between your old self and your higher state. So when Kundalini rises, it parts the sea. The energy flows through the spine, creating a path for your true self to walk through. The wilderness is the inner transformation, the death of false identity, where the ego starves and divine insight begins to fall like manna. And it is the state of consciousness where the ego has died and the soul becomes awakened with the wisdom of the higher mind, which the promised land was never a place. And Kundalini has completed its journey from the base of your spine to the crown chakra, which is the divine union. So it was never a historical tale, it was a coded parable to wake you up. Your spine is the staff, your serpent is Kundalini, the tabernacle is your brain, the ark is your pineal gland, and the promised land is the full divine awakening of Christ consciousness. I know many believers do not know about this, but this is just common sense. But here, this sense is not common.